So now I was even more concerned, but I didn't really have to worry about it too long because the day came and the physician was there and he told me not to worry because when he came, if there was time, he would show me what an ultrasound-guided abortion procedure actually looked like on the screen. And I have to tell you guys, I was pretty excited because I thought this was going to be a really good learning opportunity for me. I thought if I'm going to run this affiliate one day, the 4th largest Planned Parenthood affiliate in the world, I need to be aware of all the different types of abortion procedures that are out there. I was excited. The day came, the physician was there, and I was called into the room, and he told me that my job during the abortion procedure was going to be to hold the ultrasound probe on the woman's abdomen during the procedure. And I was comfortable with that. I had done ultrasounds before, and so I got everything prepared. We did the fetal measurement. We found out that she was 13 weeks along in her pregnancy. I looked up on the ultrasound monitor and I saw the profile of this 13-week baby. And for those of you that have seen an ultrasound of a baby around 13 weeks, you can verify that at 13 weeks, a baby is fully formed. Arms, legs, fingers, toes. There's very strong cardiac activity. The kidneys are formed, organs are formed, brain waves are going. There's a spinal cord, spinal column. And even outside of the uterus, we can tell whether it's a boy or a girl. And so I was looking at this monitor and I was looking at this tiny child and I suddenly kind of had this sick feeling in my stomach as I remembered the ultrasound that I had of my own daughter who's almost 4. And I remembered the ultrasound we had of her when I was about 12 weeks pregnant. And we were so excited, right? I mean, my husband and I, we were so excited. And we had these pictures of Grace. We had, you know, our first good picture of our baby when she didn't look like a little bean. She actually looked like a kid. And we had this picture of her and we printed out 1 million copies and we gave them to people and we were so excited. You know, here's our cute little kid, isn't she adorable? And everybody's like, And so we have this picture and we're giving it to everybody and we're so thrilled. And then I'm looking up at this picture of this baby that's 1 week older than my own daughter was, and I start to realize this is not going to be what I thought it was going to be. This is not going to be that good learning experience that I was hoping for. Somehow I think this is going to be extremely tragic. But I started to really try to psych myself up again, and I thought, oh, Abby, it's going to be fine. Gosh, you've done this thousands of times. It's going to be totally fine. Stop being so dramatic. And then I saw that cannula, that same instrument, I saw that go into the woman's uterus. And that was something I'd never seen before either. And I saw that cannula go right up to the child's side. And it began to probe the side of the child and nothing happened. And I thought, oh, of course nothing's happening, right? Babies don't feel anything at 13 weeks, right? That's what Planned Parenthood told me. They don't lie. They don't lie to me. They don't lie to their employee of the year. They don't lie to their directors. They don't lie. Why would you lie? I believed them. And I kept remembering all the times that I told these women who were sitting, crying, looking at me and asking me the question, will my baby feel this? And I looked right back at them and I said, no. The fetus has no sensory development until 28 weeks. That was the scripted answer given to all of the abortion counselors by Planned Parenthood, 28 weeks. And I believed it, because I needed to. And so I'm watching this take place, and I look back up on the screen, and all of a sudden I see this child jump. And I see this baby begin to move its arms and legs, and I see it begin to flail around, and I see it begin to move further and further and trying to fight and struggle to get away from that cannula. And believe what I was watching. Because this baby wasn't supposed to feel it. This wasn't supposed to be happening. And I didn't want to watch, but I could not look at what was taking place. And I kept my eyes fixed on that screen, and I kept watching it, and I kept seeing this baby moving and trying to move to somewhere else, but that baby was trapped. There was nowhere else for it to go, and the baby moved so far over to one side that the doctor had to move to reposition the cannula. And when he got the cannula in just the right place, he looked at the technician and he asked her to turn on the suction, and he said, "Beam me up, Scotty." And the technician turned on the suction, and I'm not going to get any more graphic than that. But in just a few seconds, it was over. The screen was black. It was done. And I stood there thinking, so that's it. That's choice, right? That's what I've been fighting for 8 years. That's it. I've been fighting for a woman's choice for 8 years. But I'm telling you right now, when I stood there in that room, watching that baby fight, I couldn't help but think about that child's choice. Because you see, there we were, the three of us. We were the bad guys. And that little baby didn't have a fighting chance. And he did fight. But he didn't stand a chance against us. He had no choice in that decision. And I suddenly thought about all of those women who had asked me, "Abby, will my baby feel this?" And I had looked right back at them, and I had given them and fed them a scripted lie. They had looked to me for answers. They had looked to me for the truth. They had looked to Planned Parenthood for the truth, and we had looked right back at them, and without even a moment's pause, we had lied. And I didn't mean to lie. I didn't even know I was lying. But the bottom line is that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because the truth of abortion and the truth of life is right in front of our faces. It's so easy to find the truth. If people are pro-choice, it is not because they don't know the facts. It is because they choose to close their eyes and they choose to acknowledge the truth. That's it. That's it. I believe wholeheartedly, my friends, that abortion is not still legal in this country, and abortion has not been legal for almost 40 years in this country because of crazy pro-choice laws or because of crazy Planned Parenthood pro-choice zealots or anything like that. It has been legal in this country for almost 40 years because of apathy. Because there's no way that somebody could look at me and say, "I had no idea. I had no idea that was a baby. I just didn't know." Because we know. It's just that so many of us choose to find that disconnect. And that's what I did for 8 years. And I'm not just talking about apathy, with the crazy Planned Parenthood folks. I'm talking about apathy in our own churches. I'm talking about apathy in our own circle of friends. I'm talking about apathy in our own political parties. If there is apathy, run amok in our society. Did you know that 80% of women having abortions are Christian? 80%. Because when a woman finds out she is in a crisis pregnancy, she is not likely to run to the church where she should run. You know where she runs? Into the arms of Planned Parenthood. And guess what, my friends? Their arms are open wide. Because they don't really care about that woman. They care about the bottom line. They care about her money. They care about the dollar. All of you know somebody, know some child that you love and that you care for very dearly. You probably have children, you have grandchildren, you have nieces, nephews, godchildren, whatever. You all love some child out there, right? Because everyone loves kids, most of the time. And if I had to give you a yard sale tag, and I said, here, take this tag and write the price down and hang it on their ear and tell me how much this kid is worth. Most of you probably couldn't do it. I mean, some days maybe you could. But most days you probably couldn't do it. You probably couldn't put a price on that child because they are priceless. Our children are priceless. Let me tell you something, guys. Planned Parenthood puts a price on every single one of our children. They price them at about $450 a piece. There is no value in your children. There is no value in my child. There is no value in your grandchildren. Planned Parenthood is out for your money. And we might as well consider them a government organization. Last year they got over $300 million of our federal tax money. $300 million of your hard-earned tax money went to Planned Parenthood, the largest abortion provider in our country. Are you happy about that? No. Are you happy about that? No. I didn't think so. So what